Standard greeting. I am ADDF Toxic. Today is April 4th, 2018. And this is the stream for today. I'm going to continue working on that font that I started working on last week. It's basically... crap. Sorry, let me fix my setup here, because that's the one. Yeah, so basically this picture in behind here, I started working on this a few weeks ago. There's many logo, and I started creating this font based off of the letters in here and also the letters that I'd used around here. And I got myself in a good workflow, I think, for that. Let me pull my tablet down into the other shelf of the desk so I can use it. And so basically today I just want to continue working on that. Gonna worry for the time being. I'm just gonna worry about creating all the characters, or at least the ones that I need, because I'm probably not going to distribute this font. I just need it to do things like this easier, and also I want it. I want to use it to put things on my starting screen, like here. So making a font for that will be much easier. So yeah, last week I was also saying that I don't know that I really care about this bottom line. Well, I was thinking about it later, and yes, I do care, because actually, if I pull that picture up again, I shouldn't have closed it yet. I made sure all these are lined up to the bottom properly, and if I don't line it up in the font properly, then it won't be, and that's not quite what I want. So I'll worry about that later, though. For the time being, I'll just create some more characters. That's the word. How's my centering? Yeah, it's good. Okay. I tried giving myself as much time as I could for this today. As such, I kind of rushed home. And maybe I'm not the most prepared. I'll also fix things like this 8 being inconsistently thin. I'll worry about things like that later. The G is also inconsistently thin. So basically, the workflow that I got used to is I create an Inkscape document 600 by 600. Since I'm used to Inkscape and I'm not exactly used to this vector editor, and then I go in here and I kind of have to eyeball a little bit because I don't want it to be actually full height, or else it won't fit in here properly. But say B, so I'll create the font, create the character in here, in the bottom left corner. Yeah, make it about that tall, but I don't want it to curve like that, though. I kind of drag my tablet a bit. And I'll curve these a little bit later. Right now I'm just kind of getting the basic shape. Excellent. Give it a stroke of 10 pixels, I think I was doing. And then go in to edit all the nodes and make all these, well, maybe not this one. It's probably not easy. It's probably easiest to use a mouse here. I don't want I'm trying to use my tablet. Kind of like that, although, you know, this top part's a little bit too big. It should be smaller. I guess really I could have just made the one, you become a corner. That's better. Just make the one in the center here. And then you should be like this. And then do like that. And this pregnant belly here. I'll do the same thing. not that. And that also needs to be even roundness. Maybe bring this over here a little bit more. Extend those. Bring this out a bit more. Make it a bit more round. Okay. Now, was it 10 pixels that I had been using? Because that seems kind of thin. Well, I guess we'll see. I'm going to save this. Am I saving it to the right directory? Documents, current font, characters. Yes, okay. Capital letter B. So I'm going to turn the stroke into a path. And then I'm going to import it. From characters, and I want to import an SVG. What the hell's a glyph? Oh, there's a bit of overlap there. But let me see. I think something appears somewhere. I don't know where. Error. Where are you? It is not on the screen. It's not on any of these screens. I see it nowhere. That is weird. I don't know what to do about that. There's something wrong with the fill in there. But I do also think it's a little bit too small. So I'm going to clear it. And then I'm going to undo this. Okay, so now it's a stroke again. So I can set the thickness to 25. And then I'll convert it back to a path. So that makes it so that it's a stroke on the outside, and or a stroke on this side, and then it's filled in between, rather than a single stroke, and then the stroke is just wide. All right, so that's a bit thicker. I'm just gonna move that up a bit. And that seems to be connected in the center there. I think it was complaining about it overlapping, but we'll see how this goes. Import, capital letter B. It didn't complain. Awesome. Crap. What did I just do? All right, so select all of this, move this up by holding Shift up arrow, put it right back in that corner. It's tiny little bit too tall, maybe. I'll move it down a little bit using not Shift and down arrow. Yeah, tiny little bit too tall. That's okay. I will do something about that. That's something being moved these points down. That should be good. Save. Clear this. This still seems too thin, doesn't it? I'll worry about it later. Again, this font isn't going to be distributed anywhere, so if I need to fix it for my own use, then that's fine. And I will line this up with the bottom like that. Excellent. I'm holding space to let it move it around like that. and then adjust the margin so there's not a big gap after the character. And then I can save and close this. What's the next letter? E. E should be a little bit easier than B, I think. Pixels 600 by 600. Now we'll make that about this tall. And I can see that the top and bottom aren't the same length, but I can fix that real easily like that. Actually, maybe I'll just I can adjust the thing manually, so I'll just manually tell it 50 for each for that position. And make this one a tiny little bit shorter because that's the way it's supposed to be apparently. Oh, I know what I forgot to do with the B, but that's okay. Why are you in percent? 25 pixels, join cap, join and cap, I mean. And then I'm going to convert this to a path, convert this to a path. And then I don't want these to overlap, and I want them to be the same object or the same path. So I'm going to make them a union. Yeah, like that. And also move over. Just because I don't want it in the edge there. Capital letter E. I hope I don't need that again because I just closed it. File, import, capital letter E. Move up into position. It is short enough. Put it right up against the bottom. Oh, and adjust the, I keep calling it the margin. It's actually probably more padding, but it's called metrics in here. All right. That glitch is annoying. G. .600 by 600. Okay, G is going to be a little bit tricky, but not too bad, I don't think. Okay, how do I want to do this? Start here, then go here, then here, and then I think I want this to be a come on, quit dragging that. I'll make that as a separate line. All right, nope. Make both of these 25 pixels in width. I wonder if I even used 50 last time. You need to be like that and much, much wider, like that. And then you're a little bit too low. This looks hella cheesy. Doesn't look round enough on the bottom. Yeah. Maybe move this up a bit. Oh yeah. So I'll save this. Capital letter G. Convert that to a path. Convert that to a path. Union the path. Oh, fuck. I did convert this to a path, right? It's filled, not stroked. So I should be able to union those there. That's better. Although the monitor's a little bit too high, so I'm just moving it a bit here. There's two things here, and I only want it to be one. Because I guess it wasn't quite covering the end. So it had a little bit of a slope to go around the corner before it went back up again. That's gone now. And let me just move this over a bit, because I like that breathing room. That is not the right button. Suddenly my layers panel is open. I'm not using any layers in any of these. Man, it looks like there's so many letters left. I can do this pretty fast, I think. Gee. A lot of the time I spent last time was just figuring out how to use the software altogether. Like that. I am thinking I did use it. I'm using the wrong thickness here. Just try 50 with the H. Get out of here. I don't need you right now. Oh my gosh, that is way too wide. H. H is another simple one. Come here, pen. About that high. Actually, you know what? Let's duplicate it. What I wanna go? There's the duplicate button. My watch just told me it's low on battery, so I'm going to charge that in just a second here. Just a touch of olive oil. All right. Relatively simple. 50 pixels. Joining cap. Looking good. I think I can just stroke to path them all at once. Filled, 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 excellent. And then let me union them because that's overlapping right now, and I don't want them overlapping. Save. Capital letter H. Move it into frame. Not that it matters, I don't think. I just like it. Ah, theft the mic. Oh, don't tell me that's too tall. Way too tall. Whoops. My bad. Oh, and I closed the file already. Here, let me drop my watch on the charger. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Almost forgot to unmute the mic there. Capital letter H. Okay. So I'm going to move everything down. Yeah, that should do. Except for the bottom pieces. Let me re-import this to try it again. Go up. Oh, still a bit too tall. Okay. That should do it then. Import, capital letter H. And I think that landed right on the bottom, yeah. Okay, cool. I is there. J could actually almost... no, I better do it separately. If I still had a J in a, or I in a stroke format, then I could just adjust that stroke to be a J, but that's okay, I'll just make it again. It's easier than trying to adjust the path of the eye. So about that, oh, nope. About that wide, and then, oh, greatness. Something like that. And I want these to be at the same Y. So 25. Just makes it tricky when I do that with the pen tablet. Do that, widen that a bit. Move it actually into the friggin' thing. Move the strokes, not the nodes. And speaking of the nodes, I should make that actually inside the thing. Maybe I should fix this first. Yeah, like that. And these are too high, so I'm gonna bring it down like that. Ooh, I did not mean to do that hook at the end, but I like that. Anyways, strokes can be 50 pixels wide. Give me the joins and the caps that I want. It's looking rather fat down here. I guess I should have looked at that earlier. That's okay. It's cool. Although there are 2 months that that use this letter, so I should probably make sure that I like it. Also, hello component. Is that Pikachu? That is totally Pikachu. How are you? Capital letter J. I don't know what I just undid there. J. Bring it up. I keep doing that. In Inkscape, I can middle mouse click to move around like that, but not in here. Move that perfectly on the line. Cool. Do like that. Excellent. I'm doing pretty good. Just focusing right now on getting all the characters that I'll need put in here. I'm hoping to finish that tonight, and then I can go through and make sure that they're all lined up on the bottom properly. I'm not gonna do most of these characters, probably not any of them, because I usually don't use them. But like all the letters, all the numbers I already did. A few of the punctuation I'll definitely do. Like comma I'll definitely do. I'm not sure if I really like this though. I'm gonna extend that a bit. Move this around like that. Save that again. Clear it, re-import. No, they're not. It's something that I will go back to later as well, to fix all the ones that I know that the thicknesses aren't all that consistent. It was just me not paying attention well enough when I made them. Like, well, all these ones here, I actually forgot what thickness I was using and made them all wrong. So I'll probably go back to that later. I know S is wrong because it's actually a downsized version of this, which is right. And I completely didn't even think that it would make it thinner. G, I think is thinner too. I'll have to decide later if I really care all that much though. I'll do some tests with it. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. 600 by 600. What was I on? K, right? Yeah. This straight line there. And then straight line at that angle. That's actually wrong, but that's okay. Not that one. Cool. These can move up. Adjust the thickness. Nitpick it. I feel like the top should be a bit smaller than the bottom. Or maybe that's in a lowercase k. Let me move these over and into frame because I like it. Let me take a drink of water. Because I was thirsty. Okay, so I will save this as capital letter K, and I'll also save this as small letter K, because they're so similar. And then for small letter K, I will, not that. Actually, maybe that a little bit. This a little bit more. Even bring it back like that a bit. Yeah. So I might as well convert this to a path, a single path now. Excellent. And then I'll open up capital letter K again. convert these to paths. And then union them into a single path. Watch that be too tall. And then I'll go into Font Forge. Ooh, that's cutting it close. Tiny little bit too tall. I'd like to fix it in here just to keep that. Keep this as my sort of master copy. Even though I didn't really do that with the capital T when I fixed it. Maybe I'll have to go refix it. Yeah, that fits a bit better. And I want that to be red on the bottom. Want that to be a little bit closer there. And since I'm here, actually I should, I know this is going to be too tall as well, on this part here particularly. So I'll fix it. Small letter K, Latin small letter K. Perfection. That's the button I was looking for. Excellent. Bring that in. Cool. Yeah, capital letter L. Sometimes I gotta like not look at how far I've gotten because it feels like I haven't gotten very far. 600 by 600. L. Yeah, just type it out with some other font. That's cheating. Zoom in. About there. Oh, totally drag that. And that's going to be too low once I thicken it. 500? No. 50. Circles. That's not what I want. Move you into frame a bit better. Then bring the bottom up so that I don't mess up the top location. Save, please. Oh, I'm in CMS mode. Save, please. Capital letter L. The programs I'm using, this here is Inkscape. It's my vector, my monitors aren't in a very good place here, so I never see these chat messages come in. It's the program I use for vector editing. And then this here is Font Forge. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it works and it's free. So I got used to it. Import capital letter L. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Actually, maybe I will put that in here. Free is good on the wallet indeed, yeah. And the thing with font editing software is they can be really expensive. So yeah, I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on software, especially since I've also heard that this stuff can be quite complex. Because it's not just about putting in characters; it's about the spaces in between and everything. And I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on something that I wasn't sure if I knew how to use. M and N are going to be quite similar. I don't think they're similar enough that I can leech off of each other, though. And FontForge does have a built-in vector editing capabilities. I just never bothered to go get used to it because I'm already used to Inkscapes and I can import, so why not? Inkscape is also free. I just accidentally smacked the tablet with the pen. M. Kind of eyeballing that there on the heights. Oh, yeah. And I'm way off. I can't move it diagonally though. I'll make them both 125. Close enough. Those two are looking like very close. What did I just do to myself? Yeah, I'll make them both 5. Tablet like a bamboo tablet, yeah. It's actually a Wacom Intuos, but yeah, the same kind of idea. Basically, the newer, well, I guess newer variety. These did not do what I wanted it to. I guess there is still bamboo around. I just, yeah, their lineups make no sense nowadays. Get my rounded corners. The left edge here is more important than the right edge because it actually takes that into effect when I import it into FontForge. Capital letter M. I am not a graphic artist by trade. I'm a application developer, a software developer. I'm just forgot to convert it to a path. I just have interest in graphics development enough that I figured it's worth it to buy this thing. And so far, I've got quite a bit of use of it. That's too tall, isn't it? Way too tall. Everything, move down. Now it looks really wide. Everything, move left. Good enough. What I want to know. Where'd the import button go? Perfect. Ah, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I guess it doesn't always work all the greatest, but I do use this thing for other hobbies sometimes too. Um, Actually, it's more my keyboard, because I got like a uh, when my mouse was wearing out actually, and I just had like a super basic mouse, super basic keyboard, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna upgrade the whole set, try out this whole gaming keyboard experience with like all the G keys and flashy colors and everything. So I picked up one of those, and honestly, I use the G keys more for video editing than and music production than gaming. Lost my train of thought. I'm trying to make an N here. make it about there. And that's too low. Make these both 125. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to match the M because the bottom is different. But I'm not trying to make this overly professional or anything. I'm just trying to make it me. And I don't care enough. So that's me. That's looks a bit there's a lot in that corner there. Shift, that's the button I was looking for. Capital letter N. Crap. One of these times I'll remember to convert it to a path first. How? Wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure the cat is losing her mind up there upstairs. It looks an end. Yeah. Oh, cat. Yeah, that I imagine that would be useful as well. Honestly, when I first read CAD, I was thinking Canadian dollars. Took me a second to realize what you meant. A little bit more up. There we go. N-O-P. Okay, I've eaten up a lot of my time and I'm not even through the alphabet. I've almost used half the time that I have tonight, and I'm only like halfway through the capitals, but well, a little bit more than halfway, I guess. But I don't have as many lowercase to do, so that's not too bad. Most of the stuff that I had something to copy from was lowercase. Yeah, actually, you know what? Come to think of it, my boss has a keyboard like this. It's not quite as high of a model, um, and uses it for a program. But I think he also does a lot of gaming on that computer, since we both work out of the house. What am I doing here? P? Yeah. This straight line about that high, and then I'll just like do that. That's not very even. Oh, that should set the stroke here. 60. Nope. 50. Nope. 50. There we go. Proper joins. Make this one round. This one and this one alone, please. Round. Thank you. Give it a bit better of a shape. Seems rather large now. Like that, I think. You know what I just realized I forgot to do in those last few letters is adjust the uh, the thing that I'm going to call a margin over and over again, even though it's more of a padding. And it's something with an M. Metrics. What is this no filters? Normal. Get out of here. But yeah. Trying to think of what a 3D mouse is. Oh, those things. Yeah, okay. I saw all sorts of weird mice in my last job. Saw a few vertical mice. Those were interesting. Get used to them eventually. I did not turn it into a stroke. I don't know what that message is supposed to mean, but that's what it means to me. It's already open. Glitchy software is glitchy. P. Looks too tall. Yeah. Just by a little bit. And also I noticed when I pulled it in that part in particular is too tall, so I'll just do that. And then move it down again because I like it. Notice the pattern here. I do things because I like it. Move you into position. Actually, you know what? I bet I could use the same model for lowercase p, almost. I might shorten the thing a little bit, though. How do I save as? Like that? Yeah. Small letter p. Or do I already have a small letter p? I don't think so, because it would have told me I'm overwriting the file. Small letter p right there. Import. That's capital letter P, dipshit. Small letter P. Still a little bit too large. So this is where I'm kind of, I almost should be editing in the Font Forge editor, because this would be, then I don't need to guess and test. But things like that, would be so much better in here. That's the Windows key, not the Control key. But this, I'm basically guessing and testing. Can I clear from here? Not like that. Clear. Import. Small letter P. You know what? I'm fine with that. Okay, Q. I don't know how I'm going to do that one. I'll think about it while I take a drink of water. I know how I'm going to do the small letter Q. I'm going to give it the little tail at the end and everything. But capital Q, I'm not quite sure. I guess it would be a circle with a line through it. I was thinking of something else that I plan to do with the Q later. Not quite related to this project. Actually, something that I might even never get to at all. Anyways, circle. What are you doing? Something like this. Ten pixels wide. Oh, is it filled and everything? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, cool. 10 pixels is not right, it's 50 pixels. And then that, I'll go from here to here. And again, I will make it 50 pixels wide on the stroke. Give it the proper ends and joints, even though the joints aren't going to do anything there. Make it a bit more balanced. And then stroke to path. Whoops. Stroke to path. Union them. I have myself a queue in one path. And I'm in CMS mode, so Control S is not working because it's not Control S. Capital letter Q. It's tiny a little bit lower than the line, but that's okay. I'd rather have this part in the line, I think. And that's what I have. On to R. Oops. Zoom in a bit. So R, I'll put a line from here to about here. And then like that. .50 pixels, joints and corners. Joints and ends, I mean. Joints are the corners. Make you super round. Not you, just you. There we go. I want you a little bit farther this way. You a little bit farther down to match that better. There we go. Capital ladder, letter R, make sure to, oh, you know what, that's going to be too tall. And that looks better anyway, I think. Stroke to path, excellent. See, that Q even looks a little bit thin. Tildy, shut up. The cat is knocking at the door. It's too far from the edge. Cool. Oh, let's not forget this like I've forgotten everything else today. Should go back and fix those before I forget. That one's good. That wasn't even today. N. K is good. J is good. I'm going to assume the rest are good for now. If I notice anything funny in the font, then I don't know which letter to go fix. 600, 600. What am I doing? U? Yes. I always forget to zoom in. And I think I want that. Oh, not like that. That was curved. Straight line like that. Not so straight line. Another straight line. And then the tail. I'm at the edge of my mouse pad. 50. And then all these except for that one. Wait, no, that's not right. The hell? That one needs to be rounded. This one needs to be kind of rounded. Your cap is wrong. It's not even straight. Whatever. Life's not perfect. I've been kind of designing things, doing artsy things with that in mind a lot lately. Capital letter U. Like I want it to be good, but at the same time, I'm not trying to make perfection because life's not perfect. U. I think that's too tall. Nope. And I think I want that one to be touching the bottom. That one can go below a little bit. Oh, let's do this. The. I feel like a Rathbone of brain in um, that one challenge in the Lost Mind of Dr. Brain, where I think it was called Pentoad. And, um, in the one mode, we're doing sign language. So he's says a letter, and you put it in a location, try to match it with other already on the board tiles that are in sign language um, of that letter. So he's like, tiles come on, he's like, V W T. That was a good game. I feel like I made that V too wide, so I just made it a bit thinner. But I think that's good. So I'm going to path it. Capital letter V. That. Capital letter Volkswagen. I am going to delete that old one. The wrong one. Saved, ready for import. Import into the Wagen apparently. It looks like I may have made that too tall. I totally did. Okay. And now it looks too wide again. Yes. Like that. Clear that. And then for the W, I think I'm going to just duplicate this, move it over here. Look, a W. And they're already passed, so I can just union them. Save. Import. I'll probably do that with the lowercase ones as well. Hell, I could even cheat it and size these down, but that will cause inconsistency with the thickness. Why did I just say inconsistency like what song is that? You're always walking away. Oh, it's a Backstreet Boys. Something from Unbreakable. Can't think which song though. It's like right at the very beginning. And yes, I do listen to Backstreet Boys. Grew up with them, never let it go. Pens on this side of the tablet. X. I do already have a lowercase x. I missed that. I feel like that's going to be too wide. Okay, that looks more like a DNA. Not quite the look I was looking for this font. Cool. Move it up a bit. Nestle it in the corner better. Convert them to paths and then union those paths to make a single path. Awesome. Capital letter X. Import that. Getting close to the end of the caps. The bottoms aren't matched perfectly, but it's close enough. All right, Y. Y. That one's a San Holo victory, I think. It's 600, not 60. 600, not 60. I'm not going to snap that to the angle. This one I will, though. $50 pixels, joins and caps. That looks good. Not too tall. Maybe even still a little bit. That's okay though. I can fix that later if I discover it to be capital letter Y. Oh, if it's too tall, it's just barely. It is just barely tall enough. It's just barely short enough. I mean, pretty sure I did this one too. Yeah. Did I do you? Yes. All right. Um, Z. It's a letter from my viewer. It's just that I say it a little differently. 50 pixels. Joins in caps. This is way too far over. That's not what I wanted to do. Just this one. Yeah, that's better. Make a path. Capital letter Z. File import. Oh, come on. Missed the left arrow, so I miss it again. Hit the right arrow. I thought I moved over, but I didn't. Yeah, see. I say Z because that's the way I've always said it. And you said it sounds weird when people say Z or Z to you. Z in your name. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 letters left and half an hour until I'm out of time. I also like to do the comma before I finish. We'll see how much time I have. Best not waste it though. Let's start with E. Watch me write capital letter E. Because I'm so used to the caps by now. Zoom in, and this one I definitely need my pen for. Well, not need my pen, but it's nicer. Let's say about this high. And I want, yeah, that would be good. I'll make the tail later. 50 pixels. I, I, I don't know what that does. It looks fine though. I'll just go with that. What in the? Oh my gosh. It looks like Edge. I'm pretty sure there's a graphical glitch. Yeah. I want you to, no, not be symmetric. No, wait, how do I get a handle? I don't know. Oh. I don't like this. Actually, you know what? That's fine. It still looks like edge. Is it edge I'm thinking of? Maybe it's IE I'm thinking of. No, it looks like neither of them. Looks like edge. I don't know. Yeah. Small letter E. That is not a path, so I should make it a path first. Okay, you're way too far from the left edge. Hehe, edge. You're also way too far from the right edge now. Actually, oh, well. Everything else has been a little bit away from the left edge, so I should continue to do that. Or else letters might be crammed together later. F. .600 by 600. And F is basically full height, so I'm going to go like that. And I didn't leave enough room for this thing. But that's okay, because I can move this over. Oh, why did I make that 600? That is not the document size. 50, and then I want that to be rounded. I want this to be rounded. Why is your cap wrong? Oh, I know it's wrong here. That's not centered very well. It's not in frame very well. Stroked path, union. Excellent. Small letter F. I almost clicked the capital letter F there. That's not what I want. Small letter F. I almost selected the one above that. That is way too tall. Okay, or perfect height, whichever. Oh, that is perfect height. GH. I keep putting my pen on the left side of my tablet. Usually I keep it on the right if I'm about to grab it again. I'm confusing myself. Go back up to about here, then over and back down, and that is way too wide, so I'll fix that. So I put it on the left again, and I don't know why. And now this is way too tall. I should really save these decisions until after I do this, because now it's too thin. do that. Round that thing. I'll just delete that thing. Sticking out a bit too far makes it look like Captain Morgan or something. This is way too low below this thing. Below the top piece. I'll bring the top piece down a little bit too. That looks good. Small letter H. Stroked path. Oh, there's an overlap somewhere. Or, you know what? Why will you not let me? Where is there an error? The errors are just not showing up on my screen for some reason. Because glitchy UI is glitchy. So I stroked to path that, but I didn't save it. Small letter H, that's better. I'm going to put the left one on the floor. Loads of room up top. And J, which will just be a curl. Because I'm not doing the dots over the I's and the J's. I'll start about here. Nope. Something like that. Joins in caps. And round that off. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will do that again. Preferably without the crashing Inkscape part. $600, not 60. I wasn't liking that J anyway. Straight down. Straight down. $50 pixels wide. Curve view. Bring you a little closer. It's tricky to get the perfect curve in here sometimes. Small letter J. Oh, better convert this to a path. Small letter J. Oh, that's perfect right there. Because I want that to be a little bit below the line. Because that's how lowercase j's are. M. and then go straight back up, and then do the bumps at the M. That looks too wide right now, but I did it so wide because I fear it's not going to look as wide when I do that, but it still needs to be thinned. I want that to be up a little bit, match that a bit better. Excellent. And then all these should be, nope, not all those. And then there's that bug again. Oh, this, I've done an M before, and this particular point was a pain there too. Go symmetrical, thank you. Looks like a dancing something, like a gruzzle from Math Rescue. Hold control to keep that one straight. Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks to when I made the CCOM logo, because it had the same problem. Small letter M. For reference, I think I still have it here. Yeah, this right here is the other M that I made before that I had so much trouble with this area, and because I made it with the same kind of style, using the Bezier curves and then um, smoothing it off and adjusting the thing. But decided to not nitpick it too much, because I could do that all day, and that's not my goal in life, to nitpick M's. Um, and so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I did not nitpick it. That is good enough. Perfect. Save. Oh, let's do this. Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that CCOM thing. It's one of those things that was sitting on my whiteboard for so long, and then I finally made it, and now I have another logo that I just came up with one day, and I want to make it as well, but that will be some point in the future because I'm a little bit busy with this stuff right now. That one's also going to be a little bit trickier. It's going to test my ability to draw objects rather than just letters. Those were done before. N-O-P. All right, let's do Q. Is nothing. So Q, I think I'll start about here. No, I dragged that and didn't want to. And then I'll go straight down here, not too far, and then up like that for a tail. Change that stroke width to 50. Oh, that tail is not obvious enough now that I've Made the line thicker. I need these and that to be a little bit more round. That looks like garbage. Be symmetrical, please. You're making this garbage. This one's a little bit funner than most of them. Not that I'm trying to make this professional, but it's not quite fitting the theme. Small letter Q. And if I stroke to path this, it gets rid of that funny overlap in there. Small letter Q. Okay, well, I don't know what this line is supposed to be, but I have a feeling I shouldn't be going below it. So I'm going to, first off, move this in the corner so that it imports in the right location. Start off by clearing that. What the? Why am I dragging that? Hello? Thank you. That was weird. And then I'm going to go in here and move those up a tiny little bit. And by a tiny little bit, I mean one shift up arrow. That looked ugly. Part of the cool thing with this project is I'm just learning about fonts. Just that in general is cool. Okay. Now for you, I think I'm going to cheat this one a little bit. Why am I pressing Control Shift O? That's not what I want to do. Capital letter U, Control Shift S, small letter U, I could have cheated that too. And then I'm just going to bring those down to about there. Hell, I'll make it a bit thinner too. And that's small letter U. And I'm going to place it right about there. I did do the metrics. Awesome. V and W are pretty much the same as the capital, so is Z, but I'm going to redo these all. Alright, so Control Shift O all the times that's pressing it, open object properties. You know what? I've been in that position before where I'm watching somebody do something blatantly wrong and they're not seeing something like that going on. It's like yelling at the screen. Eventually they notice sometimes. It's just funny being on this side of it, I guess. That looks like a small V. Small letter Volkswagen again. I'm gonna fix that here. just rename the file. It's okay. .600 by 600. I got to use that size when I had to make something that needed to be at least that size. So now it's just become a size that I use a lot. I should, for the W, I should just copy the V like I did with the capital one. So I'll skip to the Z for now. Let me redo that. I screwed up the last point. .50 pixels, join in cap. That looks a bit big. Yeah, I like that better. Stroked path, save. SAML, small letter Z. Oh, I guess I can't open recent because I renamed the file. V, save as small letter W, duplicate, move over, duplicate, I guess, not duplicate. Union those, that's our password, yeah. Small letter W. And then I'll just import these all at once. Yeah. You're too low. W. Small letter W. Significantly wider, like twice the width, actually. Well, maybe not quite, because there was a bit of overlap. Wait, Z. Alright, save. Oh, forgot to do this. That one, I wouldn't notice probably. Oh, maybe I would have. Until I use it in the middle of a word. Alright. So I think I'm going to generate fonts, as it's called. I'll worry about that later. See how it looks. Okay, so there's clearly a big space at the end of S. Oh wait, no, at the end of P. Oh geez, look at this difference in size. This is where it gets that's where it gets tricky, is that kind of thing there. Okay, there's G and H also have a big gap, as well as P and F. Yeah, I feel like F should get a bit smaller too. Can't remember which one that was. I can do that. So small p. Right, I was so worried about the positioning. Capital G and capital H. Yeah, a little bit more. Make it a bit more centered. And then I also wanted to look at lowercase f. See if I can put that right up against it, just because it's overhanging this so much. I feel like that would make it look a bit better. So I'll save that, generate fonts again. Yeah. I'll worry about those errors later. Yeah, so it still feels like there's a little bit of a space there. I just fear if I make the gap too small, it's going to rub up against like a K or something. So if I here, let me install this. I'll uninstall it later. What I wanna know. Okay, I think it installed. Inkscape is opening up. I think. Inkscape, you awake? Awesome. I just did Control Shift O again. D ADDF toxic. Source soon. And then I need my other monitor a bit more visible than it is now. And then I'm going to hide it again. Open up my layers, and I like to put those just on my other screen here. So I'll unlock this layer, which is the layer with all this stuff here. Okay, Inkscape did open up there twice. And then I'll do a font or text. Starting soon. That is totally the BRG font. Select my font instead. Pump it up a little bit. Okay, it was my caps lock must have been on. What in the world? Edit the text. Wow, it's going to be quite big. Yeah, I actually quite like that. I'm just going to find the right size to match that. Not 125 or 124.9. What is that supposed to be? 115. 105? Really? 100 was too small, or not? 90? Yeah, that matches. And this color is 660000FF, okay. So I'm going to save that because I'm pretty happy with that. So a couple of differences I see here. The dot is way too big. Um, the A is thicker in the font. The I is smaller in the font. Oh yeah, and what I was saying earlier was like if I put an F here, it doesn't completely hang over the T, or if I put like an F here, it would run into the S. So like cursive fonts, that would be really tricky. I was thinking about that. Those would be really tricky. There's something funny going on with the spacing here too. This space is like perfect, and it's funny because um, I just chose a random size for the space. The R is also thicker. I'm good with that font though. Maybe the I could be a little bit taller. And well, except for those dots. I don't like those dots. I'm also going to replace the today with the font. I have the wrong layer selected. Today you are back to squares bold again for some reason. What font size did I decide for this? 90. And that color is 660066FF or YY FF. The spacing is better in the font because I kind of did something goofy with this. I'm going to remove these manual ones because this is a lot better. Actually, I'm going to make a pre-sized text box. Quit switching to squares bold. Inkscape is terrible with defaults. Oh. Okay. Give me the proper color. And then I'm going to center align that. Actually, that Y seems a little bit smaller than the rest of it. It also could be because that A is massive. No, the Y is smaller. The dots are a wee bit large, yeah. I kind of thought they were too when I first made them, but I decided I'd worry about that later. Yeah, so that's replaced. Sample text, I'll change these to the font because that's the intention. Actually, that doesn't look bad in that size. This one's going to look a little bit broken right now because of the comma. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. 8's a little bit thin. Um, N's a little bit large. It makes it look kind of cartoony, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to go fix those dots before that drives me nuts. Full stop, hyphen, underscore, the hell was it called? Oh, full stop. There we go. I'm resizing it there because I can work with it better. Plus, that way, if something happens to this file, I can re-import it better. Import characters, full stop. What in the world is that supposed to be? That undo is the worst undo ever. You like the uppercase D best? Yeah, that's actually one of the first things I made. Actually, no, it's not. It's almost one of the first things I made. Um, the italic uppercase D, which actually I don't know how to put into the font, but that's okay because I don't need it, is the first thing I made. Personally, the uppercase S is my favorite, and actually in the lowercase s is the same. That C run up against the H is kind of weird. I'll have to fix the spacing there. Is the C spacing too small, or is the H spacing too small? Oh, it's definitely the H. Um, I don't know what the word kern means. Thanks for the suggestion, but I'm not sure what it means. I'm not actually a graphics designer. I just like to play with these things sometimes. Space in between the letters. Okay, yeah. I keep calling that either padding or margin or metrics because that's what it's called in here. And I think the E can move over a little bit as well, now that I look at that. Ah, crap. Font Forge UI is definitely not the greatest thing in the world. What you just did, yeah, exactly. Was there something else I didn't like in here? Oh yeah, the Y. Yeah, the Y was tricky. I remember this thing. Looks tiny. Let me open up my source. That's Alt. Hello, by the way, Weekend Panda. I keep pressing Control Shift O because that's what I gotta use in certain other programs. How am I gonna make this bigger? I don't know. How? There we go. Yeah, no revi. I I was making these letters manually, and then I started doing this massive project, and decided that I wanted a font, especially for things like that, to make it go a little faster. I know Ben was talking about making a font for Color Jumper, but that never happened because he couldn't figure it out. This is a Ben Burns I'm talking about, by the way, in case anybody doesn't know. Import small letter Y. I am doing this a little bit of an odd way because I'm more used to the vector editor in Inkscape um, rather than FontForge's vector editor. Okay, I just screwed that up. close it. This is good, I think. Good enough, or at least. I do also want to make a comma, which is going to be really easy. So easy that I might not even use my pen. 600, 600. .50 pixel width there. Yeah, no, that's just nah, yeah, there we go. That's what I don't know what the words I was trying to say was, but that's what I want to do. Convert it into a path, because that's what it wants. Save as comma. Now I gotta find comma. Is that comma? That's comma. Yeah, perfect placement. Gotta go below that line. Nope. Fix my kerning as a weakened panda. Just alerted me that it's called. Informed me that it's called. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm starting to forget how to speak. I'm going to close that Inkscape as well. Up, not import. Generate fonts. Generate, replace. It's going to give me some errors. I will worry about those later. Install, replace. So here's what it looks like in the preview now. The comma is now there. I'll probably do the rest of the punctuation later. It's just that I'm not overly worried about them yet. And I'm going to close that because I'm going to, after I test this out, I'm going to end the stream because I have other things I need to do tonight. And Inkscape is just taking forever to load again. Might as well put my tablet away while I wait. As soon as I do that, then it loads. Open recent soon. Yeah, might have to reload the font. What in the? Why is that a hyphen? I'm putting a comma in there. Hang on. There's a comma there. That's a hyphen. What the hell? I don't know. Worry about this another day. I I have to call it a night because I have other plans on Wednesday nights at the moment. So yeah, I'll worry about that later. Thanks guys for coming out and chatting and hanging out. I I might look at this over the weekend a little bit. Other than that, next Wednesday I'm going to be doing something in this area again. Hopefully not stumbling over commas, so I might try to fix that over the weekend. But yes, thanks for chatting, thanks for hanging out, and have a good life.